The sound of an airplane taking off is an orchestra of engineering marvels. But for many, it's a symphony of anxiety. What if I told you that the key to surviving the unthinkable lies within a simple window of time? It's called the +3-8 rule. 3 minutes after takeoff and 8 minutes before landing. This is the critical window where over 80% of all plane crashes occur. But it's also your greatest window of opportunity. Because what you do in these 11 minutes can mean the difference between life and death. You're about to learn the secrets that airlines don't advertise, the survival techniques that have saved lives, and a psychological mindset that turns passengers into survivors. Stay with me, because the knowledge in this video could one day save your life. And if you're serious about mastering survival, subscribe now for more deep dives into life-saving secrets. The 11 minutes surrounding takeoff and landing are statistically the most perilous moments of any flight. Let's break down why. During takeoff, the aircraft is fighting gravity, climbing at a steep angle and accelerating to hundreds of miles per hour, all while at a low altitude. The engines are under maximum strain. A bird strike, a sudden engine failure, or a mechanical issue at this stage leaves the pilots with very little time and even less altitude to recover. The first 3 minutes are a high-stakes ballet of physics and power. Now, consider the final 8 minutes, the approach and landing. The aircraft is decelerating, descending, and configuring itself for touchdown, with flaps and landing gear deployed. This increases drag and makes the plane less aerodynamic and responsive. The pilots are navigating complex approach patterns, often in busy airspace and sometimes in challenging weather conditions. Crosswinds, poor visibility, or a miscalculation on the runway can have immediate and catastrophic consequences. It's in these moments of transition, from ground to air and air to ground, that the aircraft is most vulnerable. Understanding this danger window isn't about fostering fear, it's about empowering you with awareness. It's about being prepared when it matters most, rather than being lost in a movie or a nap. So, the critical window is established. But what does a survivor actually do? The science of survival in a plane crash is a fascinating blend of physics and proactive thinking. Let's start with your seat. Research conducted by Popular Mechanics, after analyzing every commercial jet crash in the US since 1971, revealed a startling truth. Passengers in the rear of the aircraft had a 69% survival rate, compared to just 49% for those in the front. Why? The tail section often remains the most intact part of the fuselage after impact. It's the last part of the plane to hit the ground in many scenarios, absorbing less force. So, next time you book a flight, think about choosing a seat behind the wings. Next, the 5-row rule. Studies show that most survivors of a crash are seated within 5 rows of a viable emergency exit. Count the rows between your seat and the nearest exit, both in front of you and behind you. Memorize that number. In a smoke-filled, dark cabin, you'll be navigating by feel, not by sight. Knowing you need to pass for seatbacks to reach safety is a tangible, actionable plan that can cut through the panic. And always, listen to the pre-flight safety briefing. It may seem repetitive, but internalizing the location of exits and the operation of the oxygen mask is crucial. Complacency is the enemy of survival. On July 19, 1989, United Airlines Flight 232, ADC-10, carrying 296 people, was cruising at 37,000 feet when a catastrophic failure of its tail-mounted engine occurred. Shrapnel from the explosion severed all 3 of the aircraft's hydraulic lines, rendering the plane almost completely uncontrollable. The pilots, led by Captain Al Haynes, were faced with an impossible situation: a massive jetliner with no ability to steer. Using only the differential thrust from the two remaining wing-mounted engines, they managed to guide the crippled aircraft toward Sioux City, Iowa. The crew communicated their dire situation to the passengers with calm professionalism, instructing them to assume the brace position for an emergency landing they knew would be violent. The plane approached the runway far too fast and at a steep angle. Upon touchdown, the right wingtip hit the tarmac first, causing the aircraft to cartwheel, break apart, and burst into flames. It was a scene of utter devastation. And yet, against all odds, 184 people survived. How? The investigation revealed several key factors. The crew's incredible airmanship bought them precious time. The emergency response on the ground was exceptionally well prepared. But most importantly, many survivors credited their survival to one thing: they had listened to the crew's instructions. They braced for impact, which minimized injuries from the initial collision. They remained low to avoid smoke inhalation, and they helped one another get out of the wreckage. The story of United 232 is not just a testament to the skill of its pilots. It is a powerful lesson in how preparation and a collective will to survive can triumph even in the face of impossible odds. Surviving a plane crash is not just about the physical actions you take. It's a battle fought in the mind. In any crisis, the human brain is flooded with adrenaline. This can lead to one of three responses: fight, flight, or freeze. In a crash scenario, freezing is the most dangerous. It's what psychologists call negative panic, where individuals become paralyzed by fear, unable to process information or act. We see this in reports where some passengers sit unresponsive, even with a clear path to an exit. So, how do you conquer this? The key is to replace panic with a plan. By mentally rehearsing your survival strategy, counting rows to the exit, visualizing the brace position, reminding yourself to stay low, you are creating cognitive pathways that can override the freeze response. This mental preparation gives you a script to follow when chaos erupts. Another critical psychological factor is what experts call a positive mental attitude. This isn't about blind optimism. It's about a determined, focused belief that you can survive. Survivors often report a powerful internal monologue. I am getting out of here. I am going to see my family again. This mindset drives action. It pushes you to unbuckle your seatbelt, to move through the cabin, to help the person next to you. It transforms you from a victim of circumstance into an active agent of your own survival. The will to live is a tangible force, and in the critical seconds after a crash, it's your most powerful weapon. We've covered the critical 11-minute window, the science of where to sit and what to know, and the psychological fortitude required to act. The odds are overwhelmingly in your favor every time you fly. But knowledge is a life vest you carry with you on every journey. By understanding the risks, you arm yourself with a plan. By preparing your mind, you conquer the fear that paralyzes. You have the power to shift the odds even further in your favor. The lessons from flights like United 232 are not written in accident reports to scare us. They are written in the actions of survivors to empower us. Your journey to becoming a survivor starts long before you ever face a crisis. It starts now with the decision to be aware, to be prepared, and to be resilient. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of survival. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a like and share it with someone you care about. And for more weekly deep dives that could save your life, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Stay safe and stay prepared.